everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. You're listening to AI for SMBs, a dedicated series where we spotlight the transformative power of AI for small and medium-sized businesses in Canada. In this series, we're diving into how AI is shaping the future of work, redefining productivity, and delivering real ROI for startups and businesses that are ready to embrace innovation. Joining us today is Furqan Aziz, CEO of InvoZone, a leading software development and technology consulting company with a team of over 500 people. Furqan is a well-known figure in the tech space, passionate about emerging technologies like blockchain, metaverse, and Web 3.0. And his firm specializes in custom design, digital solutions, AI, ML, and enterprise software integration for global businesses. Today, we'll discuss Furqan's journey in business and the lessons he's learned, explore how AI and emerging technologies are driving innovation, delve into strategies for building a strong brand in the digital-first world, and look at the challenges small businesses face today and how technology is helping bridge those gaps. So without further ado, let's dive in. Furqan, we're really pleased to have you on the show today. It's a pleasure to have you. How's it going?
It's my pleasure to be part of your community and speaking to the audience on the topics you mentioned.
Absolutely. Now, Furqan, your career journey spans over 18 years from working as a software engineer in renowned companies to founding and building InvoZone to a team of over 500 people. This is quite a testament to your profound leadership. Please tell us what inspired your business journey and what key leadership lessons guide you in scaling a tech firm today? Like, how do you build a culture of support and global engagement that fuels innovation in your team?
Absolutely. In fact, InvoZone is my third venture. It's not my first venture, but the first two ventures I started in different kind of ages were not very successful because of several reasons. But from very start, I was very, very clear about two things. One was because I started my career as a software engineer. So I was very much sure that software will reshape every industry, you name it, and software would or digitalization would actually reshape them. And secondly, the global talent markets are going to open up eventually because some part of the world, the talent is relatively more concentrated and maybe relatively costly as well because of cost of living and so many other factors. So when we began InvoZone, the mission was quite simple: connecting world-class talent in emerging markets with global opportunities. So today we grown to like 500 people, supporting clients across North America, Europe, and Gulf. So if I talk about the key leadership lessons, I personally believe that this is what I have learned from InvoZone. Culture is always greater than or more important than strategy. For example, if I talk about McKinsey, they say that companies with strong culture sees 3x higher kind of returns. Another kind of key takeaway or lesson from my perspective is talent compounds. That means like we invest heavily in training, and over 40% of our workspace is upskilled into AI and modern stacks lately. That I can tell you the numbers from 2025 data that I got from my HR department in the last quarterly meeting. And then global engagement mindset is super important. For example, remote and hybrid cultures across the different time zones and across different continents actually, plus tools, for example, the productivity tools that we talk about, Slack, Jira, and whatnot, they're going to be quite handy for us. So these are the key takeaways, I believe, and the leadership capacity I have seen throughout my journey.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a very clear strategic outline for Khan, and it's evident that your journey is rooted in a passion for technology and empowering people. Now let's explore how AI and emerging technologies are driving innovation and shaping the future of the industry. Because Furqan, you're a strong advocate for emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, and Web 3.0, and you believe that these technologies are essential for the future of business. Please tell us, how are AI, machine learning, and blockchain driving innovation in your industry, and what opportunities can businesses, especially in insurance and healthcare, explore to enhance customer experience and efficiency?
Absolutely. In fact, I believe talking about AI in this era, when everyone speaks to ChatGPT or Gemini in their language now, this is super important and somewhat is very familiar to everyone because AI adoption is accelerating. Over 80% of the companies plan to boost AI spend in 2025, and the global AI markets are set to reach somewhere around 1.3 trillion in by 2023. That's by PwC, by the way. I was reading their article, and that's where they quoted these numbers. In the sectors like healthcare and insurance, AI is already rewriting the playbook. In fact, for example, claims automation completely reduce the processing time by up to 70% in the insurance industry with the tools available now that are leveraging AI and machine learning and latest kind, for example, OpenAI powered backend or whatnot. And AI assisted diagnostics in the healthcare space improved detection accuracy by like 20-30% in different, kind of spaces. And when it comes to predictive analysis, also cuts the patient kind of readmission cost. So now clinical healthcare providers can predict about the patient and their behavior and the cure and the causes very much accurately, because the data that they are collecting from the patient in different devices, they can fuel into some machine learning models and can get the outcomes. Similarly, if we talk about the blockchain, is doing the same, but in the trust and compliance space for majorly, because blockchain serves as a secure data space where people can or companies can store patients' data or kind of their insurance claims and whatnot into a very, very secure chain across the different and it's not a centralized database anymore. It is decentralized and accessed by different people around the world. And similarly, if we talk about SMBs or big transformations, they does not mean really need a big cost. I believe they can start with very, very simple involvements of the developments for specifically SMBs, because we're talking about or your community is majorly you guys are focused on that part of the community, and that's where I believe involving or incorporating an AI chat or support system or maybe CRM with workflow automation, maybe saving that would be saving their 100 manual hours or something like that, and maybe adding a fraud detection engine or a model in the fintech space or blockchain based audit and transactions aware system or something like that. So I believe small steps for SMBs can help them a lot in digitalizing these spaces.
A vital strategic insight for Khan, and it's clear that AI and blockchain are transforming key industries, and InvoZone is at the forefront of this evolution. Now let's discuss strategies for building a strong brand and engaging customers in a digital first world. Furqan, you believe that a strong brand and customer engagement are paramount for success in a digital first world, and you have a great story that illustrates this perfectly. Can you please share how your team helped a client with limited resources scale their digital presence through data-driven marketing, and what key strategies can small businesses use to build clear, consistent brands on a budget?
Absolutely. That's what our job is, helping startups and mid to large scale companies or SMEs specifically, scaling digitally, scaling their digital presence from scratch sometime, and sometimes they have something in place and scaling that up into a level that actually they deserve or they desire. And again, we are not talking about heavy budgets. We are talking about small budgets with competitiveness into the market that is available. So, for example, if I talk about EasyFill, which is one of a client that I always kind of name it, and we picked that product from a very scratch, sort of speak. And idea behind the scene was to digitally transforming and automating with the help of AI the form filling space in the healthcare era. Specifically, when someone going to visit a doctor or something like that, they have to fill requisites form or something like that, where healthcare provider can collect all the information and details before the examination is going to happen. And that is really a pain point in the healthcare industry. And specifically, if we talk about HIPAA compliance, that was major important stuff. So we took that up as a success. I'm just sharing as a success story, and we just developed the whole end-to-end automation framework, but also involved AI enablement into that for patients and the healthcare providers, so that they both are required to do the less with getting the most out of the whole platform. And in the result, we were able to get kind of 9 multiples of the improved data collection insights, and 4x more for 4x reduced in the reduction in the cost, because now with the company that we have deployed that software, they don't really need to have that many human power to process that. And customer acquisition is also dropped by 30%, somewhere around that, based on our numbers. And when it comes to budgets again. We don't really need big budgets. We just really need precision that we're talking about. And second part of your question about small business kind of branding formula, I believe they really need to pick one niche at a time and one core value they can promise to. And another thing, they should focus on telling the stories, not the features, what they're actually going to offer in terms of the product or services they're offering. And also they need to probably repurpose the content, one long piece versus smaller kind of 10 12 smaller assets or something like that. And last but not least, I believe they need to leverage AI tools, for example, for content creation, design, competitor analysis, slides, videos, and whatnot. So they preferably need to involve or delve into such tools.
That is a fantastic and a very powerful anecdote for Khan, and it highlights that clarity and consistency. They are the secret weapons for small businesses in a digital world. Now, let's look at the challenges small businesses face today and how technology is helping bridge those gaps. Furqan, small businesses face numerous challenges today, from limited resources to intense competition, and you believe that technology is the key to bridging these gaps. Please tell us, what key challenges do Canadian businesses face in hiring, efficiency, and scaling, and how are custom digital solutions and AI workflows helping make enterprise tools accessible to them?
Absolutely. These are the major three pain points in the SMBs space. The SMBs consistently highlight three pain points like hiring, efficiencies, and scaling. So if we talk about hiring, the reality is 63% SMBs struggle to hire the talent, and that's based on BDC report, by the way. And efficiency, the manual processes cost 120 hours plus per month for any SME to kind of handle the work manually in different segments. It can be sales, it can be in any other operations, so to speak. And when hiring and efficiency is a blocker, then scaling definitely is going to be the outcome for both of these blockers, and they would face high cost, fragmented systems, and whatnot. And if we talk about the tech impact, the global talent is available and AI augmentation is available to solve the hiring challenge. And at the same time, automation, utilizing, for example, Zapier or N8N or Make.com or Bubble.io or such tools to increase the efficiency, reducing the manual kind of, or like Go High Level or HubSpot or Salesforce or whatnot. So these automation tools can help SMEs increasing the efficiency, or reducing the time consumption 60-70% of time. And similarly, if they would get all these tools aligned in a row in a way that they're unified, they're able to get a unified digital system, it would enable their fast growth at the same time. So we see SMBs winning with either CRMs plus lead automation kind of flows, or AI document processing, or chat bots with customer support bots or something like that, or automated invoicing and accounting systems involved in there, or workflow automation replacing repetitive admin work or something like that. InvoZone's role is making enterprise grade tech affordable kind of and accessible systems for such an SMEs that serve them with more customers, reduce the operating cost, or scale faster with the lean teams, or so to speak. So I believe this in the future of the tech, it is already happening at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is a very practical approach for Ghana. It's clear that technology is the ultimate equalizer, enabling small businesses to overcome resource constraints. Finally, let's discuss your advice for aspiring entrepreneurs and InvoZone's future vision. Furqan, you are a well-known figure in the tech landscape because of your continuous support and presence in local and global tech events, which is quite a testament to your commitment to the community. Please tell us, what advice would you give aspiring entrepreneurs in the software and AI space? Like, what's your long-term vision for InvoZone as a global leader in innovation and growth?
All right. So if we talk about the advice to the founders in the software and AI space, I believe they should not chase the trends or the shiny, glittery things. They should change. They should actually chase the painkillers, or they should actually produce the painkillers instead of vitamins, like not the nice to have things, but actually the ones that can save hassle, time, energy for an important segment in the industry. Secondly, they should start scrappy. Like, they should not build try to build a nicer, fancy softwares, they should test faster and iterate faster. Build something out with the help of an AI copilot, for example, Replit or Lovable or V0.dev or something like that. Take it to the market, utilize the AI marketing tools to grab the traction, run maybe like budget ads or whatnot, and test it faster, like either fail it or like get some traction and iterate it faster again. And then third thing is, I believe most of the most of the people I have seen, they're building something locally for their local market only. So they should build for global market rather than locally, and they should focus on global talent as well rather than focusing only on local talent, for because there are so many cost economic resources available other part of the world, probably to reduce your cost, or maybe like efficiency, increase the efficiency. If not the cost is not a problem for you. Last but not the least, I believe the kind of founders should stay closer to their users. AI or not AI, in either case, they should find the right market fit in terms of whatever they are trying to develop. And if I talk about one important mind shift, it is AI is not replacing humans. Some people are like believing that AI would replace them eventually, but I believe AI not replacing human, and someone using AI would be probably. So with all this, if someone would reiterate the pieces of advice that I just shared, it would make much more sense. And if we talk about InvoZone's vision, our next chapter is becoming a global leader in the AI-driven digital kind of transformation space specifically, and then expanding presence into other parts of the world as well, because we are very much into North America and Europe and GCC, probably in the east side of the world, and investing into deep tech, sort of speak, like the carbon-free flights, or sort of speak, in that space. So these are some of the visions that we are planning to expand into, keeping the latest AI buzz and the latest cutting-edge technologies in the mind.
That's an inspiring vision, Furqan, and it's clear that your passion is rooted in empowering the next generation of tech leaders. But overall, this has been a great conversation with you. Thank you so much for sharing your advice, sharing your vision, which is clearly instrumental in guiding the next generation of entrepreneurs towards building successful and resilient tech ventures. As we wrap up now, Furqan, what is that one key message you'd like to share with our SMEs about navigating today's landscape with confidence?
For SMEs specifically, I believe they should not fear technology. They should leverage it. Start small, maybe, like you don't need big systems, big budgets for that. Start small, automate whatever drains your time, and use AI to multiply your team's creativity and impact. And I believe that they should start somewhere, and they should think big, start small, and use AI and iterate fast. So these are the 4 things that I would recommend to SMEs.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a powerful and an actionable message, Furqan. Thank you so much for your time. And it was a great pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you again for sharing your expertise and your vision with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much.